connecting Indigenous musicians and artists to the world. Welcome to Indigenous Superstars with your host, Rhonda Head.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. I'm happy to say that today is my 62nd show since I started doing Indigenous Superstars, and back in April, and that was like a few months ago. I don't even know how many months ago that was, but it was springtime, and now it's we're having a polar vortex here in northern Manitoba. I'm coming to you live from a Paskaya Cree Nation in Biggetti, Manitoba, the heart of a Paskaya Cree Nation. So this morning when I woke up, it was minus 56 Celsius. So it's really cold here. And luckily, I invested in a really warm jacket and a down-filled warm jacket, and I got some sorrel boots and a really nice rabbit fur hat. I'm going to show it to you. I love it. It's beautiful. Even try it on for you. So this is what kept me warm today in minus 56 weather. I actually braved the elements and went out twice. And yeah, we live here and we survive. I say, Trudy's tuning in. Yes, we're staying warm and staying indoors, and glad you're tuning in tonight. And another thing I wanted to say is that I want to thank Stay at Home Manitoba for they gave me a grant to help me with the show. So I bought new equipment, and I helped pay my internet and my podcast, where I also upload the shows onto a podcast, which I found out was doing well. And in the United States, we're like 218 on the podcast. So we're doing really well in the States, and it's really exciting that people are listening to Indigenous Superstars. Hey, Kim, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. And the other item I wanted to talk about is the Circle for Aboriginal Relations gave me a shout out today on their Facebook page. So I was really happy that they did that for me. And the CFAR Society asked me for me to give them a shout out as well. And Sandra knows about that organization. My guest this evening that I'm just about to read her bio, but she'll talk a little bit about CFAR Society. So I want to give them a shout out for mentioning the show on their Facebook page. Thank you so much. Hey, Joran McElvoy, my sis has the same hat. Oh, right on. That's so cool. And she's keeping warm as well. Thank you for tuning in. So my 60-second show, my guest is the beautiful Sandra Sutter. Oh, and Joran says she's from Alberta, and that's where Sandra is currently. She's in Calgary. Sandra is an award-winning Métis recording artist and songwriter who writes, records, and performs in multiple genres encompassing roots music, including Native Americana, folk, country, pop, jazz, and rock. Sandra's 2020 Christmas release, Aurora 12, builds on the theme of her truth and reconciliation-focused 2017 release, Cluster Stars, sharing stories about the culture, challenges, strength, beauty, and resilience of Indigenous people. Sandra has received 14 industry nominations in the last 3 years, including a 2018 NAMA for Best Americana, in 2019, an IMA Music Award for Best Producer Engineer. Additional nominations include YYC Music Awards, 1 additional IMA, 1 CFMA, 3 additional NAMAs, and 4 ISMAs. Ms. Sutter also received an Esquio Award for Arts from the Institute for the Advancement of Aboriginal Women and Role Model of Alberta. and also was the top 100 most powerful women in Canada award. Wow, that is so amazing. I'm just gonna say, Kim is saying, "Yay, Sandra!" So, and here she is. Welcome, Sandra. Hey, how's it going?
Okay, good to see you. Good to
Oh,
be with all of you.
yes, I'm so happy that you're part of the show again, and Doran seems like she's a great big fan of yours, and she said that she goes, "That's right, we met Sandra in Calgary, and she loves you." I'm just trying to. There she goes.
Ah,
Awesome.
thanks.
Uh, thanks for thanks for tuning in. So I have a couple of questions that I want to ask you. Oh, I didn't even say, Catherine. Catherine's from originally from Canada, but she lives in Australia now. So welcome,
Wow.
Catherine. Great to see you. And she's a beautiful artist, and she draws the water. Actually, her paintings
Oh,
are
isn't
so
that
beautiful.
wild? Beautiful.
Yeah, that is Catherine. Stay on, and we'll talk about why that's wild.
It is.
But I have a bunch of questions I want to ask you before we get to hear some of your music. So how did you what got you inspired to get into music?
Well, first of all, Rhonda, thanks so much for having me on the show. It's such an honor to be here with you and to share time with you in any capacity. I love to spend time with you. Music is the thing that keeps me sane, especially right now in the world that we're in today. I'm sure there's many people who feel the same way, whether they're listening or performing. When I was a little girl, my dad brought home a piano from work, and that was kind of the birth of my love of instruments. And my family used to put up with me singing. I think they liked my piano playing better than my singing when I was a young girl, but that's where it came from, was from the gift of a piano showing up at our house. It's beautiful.
Awesome. So did you take piano lessons, or did you just play by ear?
Yeah, I took lessons for quite a number of years. I took Royal Conservatory, and my oldest brother, Craig, brought home a piano book of popular music as a gift for Christmas one year. So I got to learn songs like Stairway to Heaven and the old 70s rock stuff. And it was just really, he brought it home so he didn't have to listen to me only playing classical music, I think. But what a great gift for someone to bring home. It was, I still have it. I still have that book of music downstairs in my studio.
That's awesome. So what did you go through the grades of the Royal Conservatory? Did you
Yeah,
take the exam?
I did. I got to grade 8, and then I became a teenager and got less interested in the Royal Conservatory of Music. But it really gave me a solid grounding of theory and ear training and being able to play. So I great gratitude for that gift as well. We had a great teacher in Esterhazy where I grew up. Her name was Mrs. Peters, and she was pretty strict. And she told me that I needed to practice more often. But she was always kind and gentle, as is a wonderful thing for a teacher to have those qualities.
That's for sure. I went up to grade 5 with Western Board, and I had a really amazing music teacher. Her name was Mrs. Davids. And then she left. She moved to BC, and I just cried, and I couldn't get I when she left, I couldn't find another teacher because she was so strict and disciplined, and I listened to her. I just loved her, and I practiced all the time, and she left, and I I lost interest because I couldn't find a teacher who had that drive to keep me going. And then I was becoming a teenager as well. So after she left my piano, I didn't pursue it, but I went into band, and when I went into junior high and all that. So I was always involved in music. So yeah, it was really really cool, and it was because of the piano too. That's what got me into music as well.
What did you play in the band in school?
We played a lot of pop music, but we also played some I don't remember playing classical. We did a lot of pop on a lot of the top 40 hits. Yeah.
Wow,
So that's what.
that's progressive.
Well, and I played the clarinet and the alto clarinet. That's probably what you meant, right?
Both answers were good. That's really we have similar paths. I played the saxophone, alto saxophone. So I
Oh,
guess
cool. Yeah.
blow smoke.
That is so awesome. So, Sandra, you perform in multiple genres, like Native Americana, folk, country, pop, jazz, rock, and I find that really fascinating. You perform in a whole bunch of different genres because society gives us rules where musicians should only stick to one genre. So I just wanted to ask you, how do you feel about that made up? I think it's a made up rule because I don't believe in it neither. But what do you think about that?
That's a great question, and thanks for asking it. I've had people say to me exactly what you said. You can't focus on all of those things. You have to pick one and focus on that. But music is such a beautiful way of expressing, and if we only focused on one genre, how would new genres be born? Where would hip hop be today if people only focused on that a little box of something, right? So for me, I get to be surrounded by amazing musicians, and they're interested in different styles of music. I'm interested in listening to different styles of music, and I think if I had to focus on just one thing, I would not be being true to my nature at all. And I think you kind of you do some cross genre, cross shopping. It'd be like if I could only wear black or only wear red, or only wear a pastel color block, then, how would I express myself in other areas? So I don't think anyone should be limited to one area of practice. I think that'd be like, I think it's interesting. I don't know where that thinking came from. Maybe if you focus on one specific thing, then you get really, really good at it. Like my girlfriend Rhonda, she's an opera singer and she's really, really good at it. And that's where her focus is, right? But she dabbles in other forms too, don't you? And
Oh yeah, yes,
yeah, and
for sure.
you did Christmas song, you do pop music. I just think the flavors are like a smorgasbord of experiences that we get to express through art. I love it. I'm so grateful that I don't have to stick to only one thing because I don't have a very long attention span. So I'm not
I think I'm the same way. We have so much in common.
We do.
Yeah. So are you ready to sing your first song?
Sure.
I want to say hello to Rochelle. She said she's watching from Swan Lake First Nation, Manitoba.
Hey, Rochelle. What's the weather like in Swan River? So this song is called Real, and it's a song that I think a lot of people can identify with about just feeling disconnected and how do we find that connection. I sit here with the lights down, alone with my guitar, coyotes in the background, trying to talk to all the stars. And I wonder what God's plan is as I listen to the screams, all the loud and lonely sirens. Tell me, what does all this mean? And I know that it's all part of what my Creator thinks and feels. But tell me, when do I get to be real? I've been thinking about the friends who've left me these past few years. I tried not to take death personally. I don't allow the flood of tears. But there's a hollow space inside me where the night has made his home. I don't think that's such a bad thing. Sometimes we're better off alone. And I know that they're all part of what their creator thinks and feels. But tell me, when do they get to be real? La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. When do we get to be one with eternity? And tell me, when do I get to be me? I've been sitting here with the lights off, trying to listen to my heart. Seems it's trying to remind me of the lessons in the hardest parts. We don't have to seek the answers as though they were carved in stone. We'll find them a whole lot easier these times that we spend alone. And I know that we're all part of what our Creator thinks and feels. But tell me, when do we get to be real? Yeah, I know that it's all part of what our Creator thinks and feels. And it's now that we get to be real. Yeah, it's now that we get to be real.
Awesome.
Thank you.
A beautiful song.
Thank you. And that's my Richard Puchet guitar. My friend made it for me from scratch, from nothing.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's skinny, so it fits nice. And yeah, his name's
cool.
Richard Puchet.
We have so many people tuning in from all over the place. My sister, adopted sister, Dawn Decora, says hello from South Dakota, and Kim says it's -2 in Kansas. Rochelle said it's -42 in Swan Lake. Rochelle said beautiful singing, and Kim gave you a bunch of hand claps. And Joran said, what a nice song. And Marie from Winnipeg, you know Marie.
Ah, Marie.
19, and I heard Sandra sing real beautiful song. It was an Indian Summer Music Awards in Milwaukee. Oh, cool. Welcome, Marie. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, that's a real beautiful song. And thank you for sharing it. It was very touching, that's for sure.
Thank you.
Lyrics are beautiful. Yeah. So we were talking earlier before the show started, and you did a sound check. And while you were singing, you're singing about water, and I didn't know you were about to say water, and then I happened to take a sip of my water when you said the lyric, when you sang your lyrics about water. So you had to let Catherine know. She's the really amazing. I'll have to send you posts of her artwork to you. Like her artwork looks like water. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. It's such an important, I mean, where would we be without water? But we can't talk too much about it. We must continue to, we're the water bearers, like we're the people who protect the water, the women. So that's fantastic that you've got folks who tune into your show who are artistic and represent water. I can't wait to see her art.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, her work is amazing. It'll blow you away once I send you a couple of her the paintings that she does. And thank you for tuning in, Catherine, from originally from Canada, but she now resides in Australia. So it's really awesome that everyone's tuning in from all over the world. And welcome, and thanks for commenting, and thanks for listening to Sandra. And I'm so happy she's here tonight. Another thing that when we met, you always have these incredible hats. Do you have any? Oh, look at that! Check that out.
Yeah, this is a custom designed Blackfoot beading. So the artist, whoops, she's the chief's daughter, she goes by. So you can Google her and find her as the chief's daughter. And yeah, this goes with a nice little black dress, but she does amazing work. And her mother is a couture. She does custom clothing, and they're both Blackfoot women. So they do fashion shows, just amazing women. Her mom's name is
I'm gonna have to interview them. I started interviewing Indigenous designers. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach out to them, and I still want to order a hat. I want a beautiful beaded hat, and the women are like, "Wow, what a beautiful hat!" And Dawn said, "Water is life," and a lot of women are commenting, "Beautiful, beautiful hat." So
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. And that who made that hat again?
Carly Crowshoe. Her handle is the chief's daughter. So
Yeah,
she's
that's
Piikani First Nation here in Treaty 7 near Mohkinstsis, near Calgary. Just yeah.
Awesome. So you how long have you been in the music industry? Like when did you release your first album?
How many shows did you say you had? 62? I've been in the music industry for 20 plus years, maybe 30 years, but I work concurrently. So I was asked by my elders from Piikani First Nation, actually Carly Crowshoe's grandparents, to focus on music in 2017, and that's when I released Cluster Stars. So they were a huge part of that album, and as an independent artist, focusing on getting those releases out through social media platforms, through online streaming, and through hard copy discs, our old-fashioned ways of promoting music. It's been, I think, 4 years, but I've been playing in bands and all kinds of different bands for much, much longer than that. So, yeah.
That's awesome. So when did you start getting nominations and when did you start winning your awards?
Yeah, I think Cluster Stars was released late in 2017 and the nominations started in 2018. Then we released a two single kind of CD in 2019, and that was nominated for 3 awards. And the Aurora 12 that we released in November has been nominated for 1 in January, female artist with Blues and Roots Radio. So it's I think that the reason for that, Rhonda, is because my work is started in ceremony, and my work is tasked to me by the elders. So they guide me all the way along. They vet my music, they vet my lyrics, and they get random texts from in the studio. Can I say this? Can I do that? And without them guiding my music, it wouldn't get to where it's gotten to. I think that's the thing that's really helped it to get out where the messages need to be heard. Yeah.
Awesome. The other thing too is that a lot of people don't know who are not in the music industry. A lot of us have been performing and practicing since we were kids, and we know the music, and it's not like we just all of a sudden dropped into it and then we're getting these awards. It's all those years and years and years of practice and learning and growing as a musician. Like, so it's not luck. It's all that part. We're ready for those opportunities that came because we're all practicing that we've done.
That's so important. Yeah. And then you know how you have to understand the business of music too. So there's a lot of really talented people out there who don't know the pathways to obtain grants and funding, to submit for nominations, or what a song needs to be and sound like to get radio airplay, and all of the business factors. It's immense. Even you making this show available to people, that's a huge undertaking, and it's so needed. So thank you for doing this for Indigenous artists.
You're welcome. And it's we don't have much as Indigenous musicians too. There's not much platforms out there for us to showcase our music. So when COVID happened and everything just stopped, just like the whole world stopped, the music stopped, and I thought, oh my goodness, where are we going to sing? What are we going to do? So that's where the idea for the show came about, and it's been so wonderful, and getting to hang out with talented musicians like yourself and the stories that they shared. It's been wonderful. It's been totally wonderful. I feel blessed.
Me too. You are a blessing.
So are you ready for your second? Thank you so much. Are you ready for your second song?
Sure. So this song is called Peaceful Nation, and it's the song Rhonda was talking about earlier about the water. I think that's just so cool that we have some water things coming up. That's the way it works. It's called Peaceful Nation. When I face the morning sunrise, I give thanks for the water that brings me life. Help me, my brothers, to keep the water pure. Work with me, together we'll find a cure. Do you know that when you look at me, you see not only my history? Do you know that what you see in me is a reflection of our eternity? We are a peaceful nation. We are a peaceful nation. When I hear the voice that echoes in a cool mountain stream, I feel inside my Creator's dream. His voice is a tree swaying, soft in the wind. He's saying, peace will reign again. Do you know that when you look at me, you see not only my history? Do you know that what you see in me is a reflection of our eternity? We are a peaceful nation. We are a peaceful nation. My brother, he's looking for his father, creator. My sister, she's searching for her mother, earth mother. Do you know that what they feel inside is hunger? Have you seen the unfed beast show its anger? Condemnation is not the answer. Love my hungry brother. Feed my starving sister. Honor my father. Respect my mother. My brother, he's searching for his father, creator. My sister, she's searching for her mother, earth mother. Do you know that what they feel inside is hunger? Have you seen the unfed beast show its anger? We are a peaceful nation. We are a peaceful nation. We're a peaceful nation.
That is so true. I'm so glad you wrote that song that just epitomizes how we are as a nation. We are peaceful. And beautiful words, beautiful song. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. So where can the audience find your music?
So my music's distributed through CD Baby. So you can find it on the CD Baby platform. You can find it on the store on my website at sandrasutter.com. And you can find it in Spotify, Apple Music, all those other places where we go to hunt for beautiful new music to play and listen to. Thanks for asking.
Right on. That's awesome. So I have a playlist called Indigenous Superstars on Spotify. I have volume 1 and volume 2, and you're on volume 2. So I'm going to ask the audience to call to action to go and like the playlist and listen to our artists. There's all the artists that are that I've interviewed are on those playlists, and I need people to go and listen and support the artists that are in on those playlists and like my profile on Spotify, and let's get our artists out there and listen to them for the music that they created. And blood, sweat, and tears. They all have great music, and just help us out. Go like the playlist and go listen to all the music that are on there. And I just want to announce that my next guest is powwow legend Donna Pratt from I believe she's from Sioux Valley. So I'm looking forward to interviewing her. I started branching out and started interviewing people from the powwow trail, powwow legends, if I may, and I also started interviewing Indigenous designers. So the show is expanding, and there's not enough platform to showcase our beautiful and talented Indigenous artists. So thank you, Sandra, for agreeing to be part of the show tonight. And you have any parting words?
I want to say thank you again for letting me be on the show, inviting me to be with you. Thank you for the gift of your music, your friendship, and thank you, community, for supporting this important work that Rhonda's up to. Yay, Indigenous superstars!
Yay!
The crowd goes wild.
Jennifer Wood said, "Great of you for promoting our artists during these challenging times." And Kim says, "Thank you." So I just want to I'll give a shout out to all who tuned in this evening, and without you, I wouldn't be doing the show as well for you to support our Indigenous artists out there in powwow and in Turtle Island and all over the world. I also interview people, Indigenous artists from Australia and other parts of the world. So I just want to say, my stay healthy, stay safe, and stay warm.
Good.
Tune in again next time when Rhonda interviews another up-and-coming Indigenous superstar. Only on Indigenous Superstar.